Hey guys, it is Groundhog's Day, and so it is time for February reads. That's kind of a little baffling because I'm not sure where January went entirely, but hey, it's gone, so we're here. So I have a total of 9 books on my to-read list. The first I don't actually have with me, that's Big Chicken, which I'm actually, it's up in my bag because I've been reading it at work. That's about antimicrobial resistance and animal agriculture. It's very interesting, but is a nonfiction, and so it's a little bit slower going. I have the other 8 books here. And with the exception of one, they're all fiction. So the only other nonfiction book I have for the year is Where Am I Now? The True Stories of Girlhood and Accidental Fame. This is by Mara Wilson, who was Matilda when I was growing up. She was a big child star and now is an adult who has gone in to pursue other things, and she wrote this memoir, which I'm very interested to read. She's very funny and quite engaging. I follow her on Twitter. The other books that I have on my list are all fiction. We'll start out with Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. This is, of course, the classics children's tale. I had talked kind of with a couple of people about maybe reading it. Then I realized that despite the fact that I'm not going to be doing a buddy read, a children's classic is one of the prompts on the Book Riot Read Harder challenge, so this will tick that off for me. The next thing I have is Girls Made of Snow and Glass. The dust cover is not on this one, and it has been on my TBR for quite a while. I'm hoping that this is the month where I finally finish it. And it's not terribly long, so I'm not anticipating a huge problem. Just kind of, it's one of those ones that I've been pushing back for no real reason. I have Moira Fowley Doyle's Spellbook of the Lost and Found. Again, I got this one in like October because I was in a real witchy kick. And so I'm going to be reading this one. I've heard nothing but good things. I'm surprised that so many people have had it on their list who also kind of overlap with me, just because I generally don't see a ton of people being like, oh my god, read this YA book. But I've seen quite a few people mention this, and I'm intrigued to say the least. The next thing I have on my list is Good Morning Midnight. This is by Lily Brooks. I can't read her name because they decided to put a sticker on here and on the side because overkill is a thing we don't care about. This book is about a scientist who lives in the Arctic and is doing his research there, and another scientist who is on a journey, like a manned mission, coming back from Jupiter, and both of them being kind of lonely, science-y people together, I guess. This is like the theme of this month, apparently, is like, this is something Bree's been meaning to read and just hasn't. That shouldn't be surprising, I guess, considering I'm trying really hard not to buy any books. Yeah, that's a thing, I suppose, that happens if you do not buy books, is you read your actual backlog. Shocker. I have An Accident of Stars by Foz Meadows. I've actually been paying a lot more attention to Foz Meadows on Twitter recently because there's been some drama going on with her and some of the sad puppy crowd. And so I figured I would finally pick this one up. I know that it's had really good play in a lot of the fantasy communities. I tend to be more of a sci-fi person, so fantasy just gets pushed aside sometimes. But I'm excited to try this one out. I know it's got a lot of LGBTQ characters, a lot of kind of diversity, and a lot of attempts to talk about social elements we don't necessarily talk about, so interested. I'm going to be reading Without a Summer. This is the third in the, I always forget what this series is called. Bad book vlogger, Bree. Bad. The Glamorous Histories. Oh my gosh. Can we talk about like a Friday brain fart? I'm going to be reading Without a Summer. This is by Robinette Kowal. I've read the other 2 books before this in the series. It's kind of a Jane Austen-esque romancy meets Regency era meets fantasy, where there is actual magic in actual Regency era England. The main characters are kind of this family that actually really resembles the Bennet family, and the things that their daughters kind of wind up doing and getting themselves in trouble with when it comes to magic. Then on my list, I have The Girl in the Tower. This is by Catherine Arden. I really, really, really loved The Bear and the Nightingale, and I was so excited to see that she was doing another one set in the same world. I'm not entirely sure what particular story this is supposed to be about. I think it's supposed to be kind of a Rapunzel-esque story, but we'll see. I love Catherine Arden, guys. Her prose is so lyrical and gorgeous, and oh my god. I will link up here to my review of The Bear and the Nightingale, because it's mostly just me squeeing, and I don't squee a lot. Hold on, because I just thought of something. I have Before Mars. This is actually on my bedstand, which is why I totally forgot about it until I was looking over there. That way is my actual bed. By Emma Newman. Oh my gosh, I've been so excited for this. I love her Planetfall universe. This is supposed to be about Anna Kubrin, who is a geologist. She's the woman who leaves behind her baby on Earth. The baby who grows up to be the detective in After Atlas. So this is her side of the story, and I'm really excited to read it. Yeah, I guess that's really all there is to that one. Anyways, guys, this is my TBR for the month of February. Let me know what you guys are reading. Let me know if any of these are ones you want to see a review of, or if you're interested in chatting with me or a buddy read or anything. I hope you're having a fantastic reading week. You know the drill. Comment, like, and subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Bye.